Good morning, guys. It's Tamara from Southern Adornments Decor. I was a minute or so late. Sorry about that. I almost forgot to send out the text. So I had to pause for a second and set that up. This is Friday Fab Five. I do this every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Central. So I'm glad you decided to join me today. And as always, I need somebody to test this for me. I'm setting it up right now. If you will comment the word link in the comments and tell me if it sends you a Facebook message in the messenger. It's going to send you the links for the things that I'm going to share with you guys today. And always, if you want to get text messages, letting you know when I'm going live, I send out text alerts when I'm getting ready to go live to paint or Friday Fab Five, things like that. And I usually text you guys about sales that we're having. So if you want to get notified, you can text me there. Good morning, Laura. There's everybody in the comments. Hello, everybody on YouTube. I see Debbie and Robin and Natalie. Welcome. Also, okay, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you don't have to type link. It doesn't work in YouTube. You have to do you have to just go to like the video description and they're all typed out there. So you can just click on the one you want. It won't let me set that up for YouTube, just on Facebook. So everybody on YouTube, your links are in the description. Everybody on Facebook, type the word link and it'll send it to you in Messenger. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning, Tracy. I know I'm a mess, Debbie. You just got to roll with the punches. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I had a really good week. I painted this design live in the Painters Clubhouse. It is a remix of an old design that we had. The original was painted by Marilyn Wilson, one of our Clubhouse members, and she did all the birds like in solid black, so they were more like a silhouette. So if this is not your style, there's a little inspiration for you. Just paint the birds solid black. And then we added a bow and some greenery. Can you believe it? I made a bow and I up leveled it by adding greenery. And so I showed how to make the bow and the greenery and all that and add it. So I'm real proud of how that one turned out because that's different from my norm, right? I don't usually do fancy toppers on door hangers, but I really like the three-dimensional aspect that it adds to the door hanger. Okay, so on Friday Fab Five, I always share 5 of my favorite things with you guys. Let's start off with showing you the new designs we released in the shop today. How many of you guys are a fan of the Kentucky Derby or horse racing in general? I live in Kentucky, and I have to confess, I've never watched the Derby nor been to the Derby. Okay, I can't say I've never watched the Derby. I've never actively made the choice to sit down and watch the Derby. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about horse racing. I think it's really cool that it's like a rich tradition here in Kentucky. But the only way I have ever watched the Derby is if like my grandparents had it on and I happened to be sitting in the living room when it was on. I don't remember paying any attention to it. I remember thinking the horses had really cool names. They were all like, I used to think like, ooh, that must be a fun job getting to name the horses. But I know nothing about it. Michelle says I'm a Louisville girl and I've never been to the Derby, just house parties. Yeah, it's kind of like the Super Bowl for me. Actually, I probably pay more attention to the Super Bowl than I do the Derby. But there are people who absolutely love it, get really into it. They bet on the horses, they have Derby parties, all the things. So if that is you, or you know somebody like that, or you have customers that like these sort of things, these would make great door hangers that you could sell or give as gifts or teach at paint parties. And so we've got 5 new ones. Let me know which of the 5 is your favorite. We've got Talk Derby to Me, Go Baby Go, It's Derby Time, Derby Day, and then we've got a jockey jersey. So let me know which one of these is your favorite. Funny thing, one of the very first door hangers that I ever sold was a jockey jersey design to somebody who lived closer to that area over in Lexington, Kentucky. April says, I live in Kentucky too. I've never been either. But I'm glad I'm not the only Kentuckian who doesn't know much about the Derby. Sharon says she loves the Derby Day design. Lisa likes Talk Derby to Me. Natalie likes the jersey. We also have additional Derby designs in our shop besides these 5. These are just 5 new ones. So if you want more than these 5, go check those out at shopdoorhangers.com. Lynn says, love watching the Derby. I've always wanted to go see it. I have a feeling that going to the Derby would be the equivalent of going to a hockey game for me. Like, I care nothing about hockey. Don't watch it on TV. I don't know any of the rules, but I have a great time when I go to a hockey event. So I'd be willing to bet that if I had the chance to actually go and be at the Derby, I would have a fabulous time. Even though I knew nothing about what was going on, I love horses. I love an event. I love people watching. I think it would be a fabulous time. So maybe one of these days, I will make it to a Derby. But if I don't ever make it, it's not gonna it's not gonna be the end of the world. Lauren said, going to the Derby is not on my bucket list. Too many people. That's probably what my husband would say. I'm pretty sure our husbands at one point worked security at one of the Derbies. I can't even remember, but I remember my husband saying it was like crazy crowded. Oh, Melinda said, my aunt raised horses. Excuse me. My aunt raised horses and got married on Derby Day. That's cool. Yes, Lynn. I think something about the fashion and the artist in me loves the extravagance of the hats. And so I think I would really enjoy just people watching and seeing all the hats. Lauren says, now they have other races there, and those are fun. Oh, cool. We'll have to check it out sometime. Dixie said, not in the Derby, but another racing video had the horses named as Hoof-Hearted. Best horse name. I like it. JD has worked the Derby several times. I am tongue-tied today. Can y'all tell? I'm tripping over my words. I don't know what's going on. I am getting ready to leave. I've been packing and doing all the things. I fixed like 2 casseroles and some sliders last night for the family to eat on while I'm going to be gone, because I'll be gone for the next 4 nights. I'm going to Nashville with the Creative Club gals, and we're going to have a little 4-day meetup mastermind and kind of just catch up with each other. We haven't been together since August of last year, and so we miss each other. But it's going to be a great weekend in Nashville. Thunder over Louisville is the best fireworks show ever. It starts the Derby off. Oh, cool. I've never heard of, or I think I've heard of that, but I've never been to that. Okay. Let's get started. We haven't even started with the first item on the Fab Five list, have we? First item on the list. I got to reference my little sheet here. Oh, we had a guest inside the Painters Clubhouse yesterday. Her name is Miss Lisbeth Stull. And I wanted to tell you guys about her and get you to go follow her over on Cottage Caboodle's Facebook page. So how many of you guys know Lisbeth and follow her on Cottage Caboodle? I met her through our Deco Art Advisory Board. She and I are both a part of, like, I think there's 10 or 12 people on the advisory board. We meet once a month. They tell us about new products. They get our feedback, things like that. And Miss Lisbeth is one of their advisors. And she has such a cool painting style, completely different style from my own. Let me show you a couple more projects that I found over on her Facebook page. Look how cute this little snowman on the snowflake is. What is this painting style called? I have no idea. I want to say primitive, but it's way cuter than what I think of when I think of primitive. I think it's because of the shapes of the eyes and things like that. So I don't know what this style is called, but she is so good at it. And so she was a guest inside of our Painters Clubhouse yesterday, and she taught how to paint an angel on a little garden gate door hanger shape. And our Clubhouse members just love her. They all, if they weren't following her already, they started following her. Oh, there's Miss Lisbeth. I didn't know you were going to be here today, Elizabeth. Well, I'm glad you're popping in the comments. This is her. Go follow her on Facebook. Pam says I follow her. Love her. Decorative painting. Okay, thank you. I was like, I don't know what the style is called, but I know it's very different from my style. I consider mine like very whimsical, but yours has so many tiny details, and I'm just so impressed by you. Sherry calls it toll painting. I've heard toll painting for years. It reminds me of that. Yeah. Cindy says, Lisbeth is an amazing artist. I have followed her for a while. Okay, Barb's asking what your name is again. So I'm just going to put your comment up on here, and that way everybody can go find you at Cottage Caboodle. I would love to know how you came up with your business name. Caboodle makes me think of those cute little boxes that we had back in the 80s and 90s. We put all of our makeup in, our hairbrushes. I'm guessing it has something to do with that. I don't know. But yours is probably a caboodle full of art supplies. Elizabeth's going to send us a picture later of the project that she painted inside the clubhouse. We had some technical difficulties yesterday. Get this, funny story. She was painting. And Facebook, on Facebook Live, Facebook does not like it when we use music in our lives. And so if Facebook detects any music, whether it's a radio playing in the background or a TV, it can shut down your live and like block it so people can't watch it. Well, it did that yesterday to Lisbeth. And you know what? Lisbeth didn't have any music in her live. So she went in there and she was looking and she's like, "What are they saying is music?" You want to know what it was? It was her washing out her paintbrush in the water cup. So it must have sounded like music to the Facebook robots that detect the music in the videos. I think that was just so crazy. I told her, I was like, "You should start a band." And then I don't know if you saw my comment earlier today, Elizabeth, but I left it on your post in the clubhouse and I said, "You should create a song to go along with the swishing of your brush and sing it every time you wash out your brush." And it could be something gets all your videos shut down probably. um oh, I'll have to go back and watch the live. I was taking Charlie to an appointment yesterday when she was live, so I was unable to watch it, and then of course it was blocked, so I haven't been able to get in there and watch it yet, so I'll definitely have to catch up. That happened to another person's live last night as well. Facebook must be like, I don't know, going crazy. But anyway, go follow Elizabeth over at Cottage Caboodle, and I'm sure she would appreciate that. Drop in and tell her Southern Adornment sent you. Okay, next item on the Fab Five list. Do you guys follow my friend Miss Heidi Easley from Texas Art and Soul? I know a lot of you do, and a lot of you know her. If you didn't know, she just released a book on Amazon. It's called Your Dreams Don't Die, They Haunt You. And then the tagline says, "Lessons from a Millionaire Entrepreneur." That girl is a train that cannot be stopped. She is incredible. She has done so much throughout her career. She started out as an art teacher. She went bankrupt. She tells this story on her Facebook Lives and stuff, so I know she won't mind me telling this, but she was bankrupt, and then she started trying to figure out how to make money because, you know, they didn't have any. And so she started selling painted surfboards on the beach in Panama City. And from there, she had nowhere to go but up. And she started painting and then eventually teaching painting. And she tells so many good little stories in this book about her journey and how art has, like, you know, brought her back to, you know, feeling accomplished and proud of herself. And so she is a great storyteller. So I haven't had a chance to read this book yet, but I was the first one I was one of the first ones to buy it for sure. So if you want to go check it out, it's on Amazon. I dropped the link for you guys. It's Your Dreams Don't Die, They Haunt You. It's available in Kindle form, paperback form, or you can also get the audiobook, and I'm pretty sure it's Heidi reading the audiobook. So I'm like, I may want to do the audiobook instead of the paperback, or in addition to the paperback, because it's my friend Heidi. I want to hear her tell the stories. She's so entertaining. Cindy says Heidi's book is awesome. If you haven't read it, definitely do. Thank you for that, Cindy Wiley. She writes like she's talking to you. Yeah. And she's so down to earth, so easy to talk to. I get to see her this weekend, actually tonight. So I'm excited about that. Haven't seen her since August. And so I miss her. Okay. Here's Elizabeth's response. She says, "Caboodle was a general catch-all term for a bunch of stuff, and I couldn't decide on the name and needed a business name." Isn't that how we all kind of pick our business names? I picked out the word adornments. And I picked Southern because I'm from Kentucky and I'm kind of Southern. You know, I say y'all a lot. And I was like, but adornments kind of, I was looking at, you know how you use like a thesaurus? That's hard to say. I used a thesaurus. I feel it sounds weird when I say it. But I know I'm saying the right word. I used that to look up like decorations and decor words, and adornments was one of the words. Only I spell mine with 2 O's in the middle because I was like, well, it's door hangers. I want to make it cute. So I put 2 O's in there. I can't tell you how many times I've had to explain to people, no, don't spell it the right way. Add another O in there. So sometimes it makes things a little harder when you're trying to be cutesy, you know, and adding a word in there. You used a thesaurus too. Yeah, I mean, it's a good little tool. I can't tell you how many times I've used one of them things. Samantha says, if it's Heidi reading it, I definitely want to listen. Love her voice. Yes, go grab the audiobook. You'll love it. Okay, next item on the Fab Five list is, let me look what my legs, Deco Art has some new colors out. Have you guys seen them? 8 new colors for 2024. And they all kind of have like, they make like a rainbow hue when you put them together. So the image on the left, even though it says coming soon, they're already available. But I grabbed this image so you guys could see kind of what they would look like painted on objects, right? So that purple is a really deep purple. It's kind of like a dark plum. And the green is a really rich, like, I wouldn't say a jewel tone green. I would say it's similar to festive green, but I'm wondering if it covers better than festive green because festive green has a lot of transparency to it. That yellow is called Baby Duck, and it looks similar to banana cream, but I'm wondering if it's a cooler color than banana cream. And then we've got, I cannot read the names. I can't read all the names of them, so forgive me. But we've got a red, we've got kind of a violet color or a blue, and a really deep teal. And then that orange is an interesting orange. It's kind of like a brownish orange. So these are definitely some colors I can't wait to get. And you can buy them individually on the DecoArt website, or you can buy the bundle of all 8 on their website. I don't think they're available in stores right now. And remember, if you're a Painters Clubhouse member, you have a 50% off discount code that you can use on their website. And I'm pretty sure it works on these paints. I haven't checked for sure. Salted caramel. Yes. Thank you. I couldn't see the names on my screen. They're tiny. So I was like, not sure. Tea berry and baby duck. Which color are you most excited to get? Drop me a comment. If you don't know the name of it, you can say that new teal color or that red or whatever it was. Yes, comment the word link if you want any of the links sent to your Facebook Messenger. The link for the DecoArt website is my affiliate link. So if you'd use that, it would let them know that I sent you, and I appreciate that. Tea berry. Which one was tea berry? Is that the teal? Or was that, you're a sucker for teal colors? I am too, Susan. I have so many. And then sometimes when I'm trying to pick one out, some of them are so similar that I'm like, why did I do this to myself? So it's really handy to have like swatched, to have them all swatched out. You like caramel and tea berry. Okay, let's see. Next item on the Fab Five list. This is also on the DecoArt website, so don't check out yet. If you're putting them in your cart on the DecoArt site right now, slow down. You may want some of this. This is DuraClear High Gloss Sealer. And I meant to grab the door hanger I used this on the other day. So let me grab it so you can see what it looks like as kind of like a finish. I painted this design in the Painters Clubhouse this past week, and I wanted to go ahead and add a sealer on it. So I brushed on this sealer. Look at the sheen. Isn't that pretty? And you know what? I didn't even know DecoArt had high gloss. I have for years been using just the regular, I don't even have it up in here anymore, the regular gloss sealer. And I didn't know they had a high gloss. And to me, the gloss sealer isn't as glossy as I would like for it to be. I feel like it's a little bit more like satin. I think they have a satin also, but in my opinion, I'm like high gloss, like you can see your reflection in it, but this isn't quite that glossy, but it's like, to me, the perfect amount of gloss. So if you like this gloss, you need to get the high gloss. That's the finish that you need. And I really like the 8-ounce bottle. It goes pretty far. So if you're adding items to your cart while you're grabbing those new colors, grab that one also. Yeah, Lauren reminds us that when you use the paint pens, I thought I heard something in the other room. When you use paint pens or like the Posca or the Artistro paint pens, you have to be careful using brush on sealer. If you go back and forth with your brush, with the brush on sealer on top of a paint pen, it can cause it to bleed. There is a way that you can use it, but you have to be really careful. I usually do like one thin coat going one direction across those areas, and then I let it dry before I do like any sort of back and forth motion, or I spray it instead of brushing on. So just a heads up on that. If you've never used a brush on sealer, if you're using paint pens, they don't mesh well together. So you have to be real careful. How many coats did you use? That was one coat, Norma. Isn't that awesome? One coat. And it looks fantastic. Okay, last item on our Fab Five list is our Painters Clubhouse live event. It's going to be happening April 13th, actually April 12th and 13th. That's a Friday, Saturday here in my hometown of Murray, Kentucky. And up until now, we have only really been selling tickets to Painters Clubhouse members. But now anybody can come. That was the number one question I've been getting is, I'm not a Clubhouse member. Can I come? Or my sister's not a Clubhouse member. Can she come? Yes and yes. And so let me explain a little bit about what's happening. If you come up early on Friday night at 7 p.m. Central, I'm going to invite you to the wood shop here on our property. We're going to give you a tour of the wood shop. You're going to have desserts and drinks. And the best part, you're going to get to shop a big blank blowout sale. So we're taking all of our inventory and blanks and marking them way down, and you guys will be able to shop and take advantage of these sales. I did have one person say, what if I'm flying in Can I have you guys ship the items that I buy during the big blank blowout home? Yes, no problem. We absolutely can. Um, what other question? The other question I've been getting is, can my husband come and tour the wood shop? Does he need to buy a ticket? Yes, he can come tour. He does not need to buy a ticket if all he's doing is touring the wood shop. He can come with you that night. You guys can tour the wood shop, no problems. And then the next day on Saturday from 8 to 5, 8 is like coffee, donuts, registration. We'll actually start painting and kick it off at 9 a.m. We're going to be meeting up at the barn at White Oaks. And so this is a beautiful wedding venue property right here in our town. And so this is kind of two locations. You're going to come to our wood shop on Friday night, and then Saturday you're going to go to the barn at White Oaks, and we're going to be crafting together all day. I'm providing breakfast and lunch, and we're going to do 4 crafts together. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to meet me one-on-one, get instructions from me one-on-one. If you're having trouble with certain things that you're trying to do painting wise and you need a little bit more one-on-one instruction, this is your perfect opportunity to come and get that. Plus, you're going to have a chance to mingle with your other clubhouse sisters and make some crafting friends. Because I know a lot of you guys don't have crafting friends where you live. And the online craft world here on Facebook is really the only crafty like community that you have. So coming to an event like this allows you to meet in person people who love what you love and understand you, get excited about what you like. Just, I don't know. When you get together with people that love the thing you love, you get to geek out about it together. Think of it like the people who love Marvel comic books or Superman or DC comic books. They go to Comic-Con, right? And at Comic-Con, everybody's dressing up like their favorite superhero, and they're getting to meet their heroes, and they're getting to meet each other. That's like what this is, but on a much smaller scale. And we're actually getting to make things and take things home. So, you're getting to be with people who love what you love. And that is such an enriching experience. You're going to leave with your cup overflowing. So if you want to grab tickets, you can grab them at the link down in the video description if you're watching on YouTube, or you can comment the word link and we'll send it to your Facebook Messenger. As far as travel, let me go over a couple things. I'm in Murray, Kentucky. So before you say, no, I can't come, look on your map, see how far you are from Murray, Kentucky. It might be closer than you think. I'm over kind of on the western, southern side of Kentucky. If you know you're going to have to fly, there's 2 airports nearby. So if you live in the North Carolina area, I would recommend you fly into Paducah, Kentucky. That's an odd word, Paducah. It's named after Chief Paducah. He was an Indian. But it's about 40 minutes from where we are, and it has connections in Charlotte. It's a tiny little airport, but it does do connections, direct flights from Charlotte, North Carolina's airport. And I looked it up. A round trip flight was about $168. You can't beat that. Like, I wouldn't drive if it was that cheap. And if you want to fly into Nashville, Nashville is 2 hours away. So you will need to rent a car and drive the 2 hours to get to Kentucky from Nashville. That's the main airport that I fly out of when I leave here for the most part, unless I'm going to the west or the East Coast. And then I can go through Paducah. So yeah, but if you want to drive in, that would probably be your best bet, because then you can haul home as much stuff as you want. As far as stays, we have 4 or 5 different hotels right in this area that are nice and close by. We will send you a recommended list of hotels, but we don't have a room block set up. Some people are planning on bringing in their camper and staying at the Kinlake State Resort Park. So that's only about 15 minutes down the road. If you have a camper or an RV, that's an option as well. Okay, what questions do we have? Let me go over to the comments. Yes, I am live on YouTube as well, Tammy. Janet says, I'm flying in and bringing another suitcase. I like how you think, Janet. Elizabeth says, good morning, everybody. I found out Michael's price matches and takes 10% off. Oh, good to know. Hobby Lobby sells deco art paints for 99 cents. So at Michael's, I got them for 89 cents. Nice. I did not know that little tip. Let's see. Julie says, I wish I lived closer. 8 hours is a little bit far. It is. But, there are people who are in like Texas who are planning on traveling together. So if you are a distance away and you're like, I don't want to drive that far by myself, but I might come if I could find a road buddy, drop a comment here in this live and say, hey, traveling from, and name your state. Let's say it's Arkansas. Traveling from Arkansas. Anybody want to road trip with me? and see if you can make a connection with somebody right here in the comments, and you could make a new friend. Teresa says, wish I could go. I'd be there in a minute. That property is beautiful, Kara. It is gorgeous. Linda says, what time is the tour for the wood shop Friday night? 7 p.m. Central. Yes, we have a couple ladies coming together from North Carolina. No, Melinda, do not need to bring anything with you. Just bring yourself. Unless you have a favorite paintbrush or a favorite paint pen and, certain craft supplies you can't live without. We are supplying everything you're going to need, though. Door hanger con. Yeah, that's what we should have called it. That's what we should call Southern Adornments Live. But yeah, from Paducah, it's a nice and easy drive. It's only about 35, 40 minutes. Lauren is 3 hours away. She's driving in. Sue says, if you're only about a 7-hour drive for me, I drive for days to see my daughter, grandchildren, and great-grandchild. April has already booked her site at Ken Lake for $27 a night. You can't beat that. What are the dates again? I'm in Oregon. The dates are April 13th. So the wood shop tour is the Friday night before the 12th. But the crafting day is April 13th. So you'd probably want to travel in on the 12th. Tamara Johnson's trying to figure out a way to travel from Oklahoma and pick up her hubby at the airport in Nashville and be there by 7. I hope you can work it out. Elizabeth's coming from North Carolina, y'all, and she has room for 6 people. Elizabeth, I can connect you with 2 or 3 people that were asking about traveling from North Carolina. So y'all could create like a little party bus and just travel on down to Kentucky. Y'all would look like clowns piling out of the car when you got here. That's the best way to travel, is when you've got lots of people to talk to, lots of people to kind of share the road. It's just fun. Pam says, this is the best idea you've ever had. Fun for sure. I wish you were going to be able to be here, Miss Pam, but I understand. You guys have got a lot going on right now. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to invite everybody to my town, give you a tour of the shop, do a big sale on our blanks. Like we've never done that before. So it's fun. Robin is over here, Elizabeth, on YouTube, and she says, what part of North Carolina are you from? So Elizabeth, if you'll answer that. Well, Tracy's asking where in North Carolina also. How much are the tickets? Oh, tickets are $250, Sheila. So if you haven't been able to afford to come to Southern Adornments Live in the past, this is much cheaper than that. Or if maybe your schedule's been too busy and you haven't been able to get there, it's a great opportunity to still get involved and come to an event. Myra would like to come from Louisiana. So are you looking for a road buddy, Myra? Sue says, I'm in Southwest Michigan near South Bend, Indiana. If anybody from this area wants to go, I love driving. Y'all contact Miss Sue Miller if you're from that area. Y'all could find a central meeting place and travel down. Okay, Elizabeth is from Thomasville, North Carolina. I feel like we need a live just where we can make connections with you guys and be like, okay, who needs a road buddy from North Carolina? Who needs a road buddy from Indiana? Meet up with each other. There will not be a virtual part of this event. This will be in person only. Teresa, if it goes really well, I bet we will do it again. Let's see. Okay. I think I've answered everybody's comments. If you need to make a connection with somebody like Elizabeth, who lives in North Carolina, she said she can fit 6 people in her vehicle. This is what her profile picture looks like. It's a cute little puppy dog. Come find her over on Facebook and send her a Facebook message. There's also Debbie Darnell from coastal West Virginia. And then there's Sharon Showman from South Dakota. So if any of you guys are looking for travel buddies, these folks are putting their names out there. Myra Clark's coming from Louisiana. And who was the other one? There was somebody from, who was the one from South Bend? Let me go find your comment. Hold on. I think I scrolled up too far. It disappeared. It disappeared. Maybe I did. Maybe you guys have been commenting so fast I need to scroll further up. It's amazing how quickly I can forget whose name somebody said something. Oh, it was Sue Miller. Sue Miller is the one from close to South Bend, Indiana, if anybody wants to travel with her. Tammy, I am live on YouTube as well, on my YouTube channel. Hey, Becca. Good morning. All right, y'all. That's all I've got for you guys today. Don't forget, we've got the new derby designs in our shop. You can go grab these at 15% off. You can get the template, which is the digital version, or the wood blank sent to you in 5 different sizes over at shopdoorhangers.com. Both are 15% off until Sunday at midnight. Don't forget to grab your new colors at on the DecoArt website and that high gloss sealer. All the links for all the things are in your Facebook Messenger. If you commented the word link, they're already sent there. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find them down in the description below. Elizabeth's from Washington State. She said, better stick with flying if I go, I think. Yeah, I would love to have you, Elizabeth. That would be so fun. If you come, I may end up having you teach something. All right, y'all. Oh, one more comment. Sherry said, would love to come from South Carolina. I'm brand new to this. Just started painting the Hello Spring door hanger behind you. I'm loving it. I hope you can come, Sherry. There is a limit of 80 people. I think right now we've got about 30 tickets sold. So we've still got some spots available, but we're not going to be selling tickets forever. I think we're cutting them off March 1st. So you've got until next Friday to make your decision. All right, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.